Skip it up and that up. It seems to be a regular thing now that we hear about Kickstarter disasters, where maybe the person who started the Kickstarter raised a whole bunch of money and did absolutely nothing with it and went to strip clubs, or a project just doesn't get finished, or whatever the case may be. We always hear where Kickstarter raises a whole bunch of money and the people who back the project see nothing from the money that they invested. Well, here we go again, but this is actually a really interesting story. There was a successful Kickstarter in late 2014 that was put together by John Farjay for a game called Bear Simulator. He actually raised over $100,000. Now, this all sounds well and good. This was Farjay Studios' first game. It actually got past Steam Greenlight and onto the Steam store, and it's getting mostly positive reviews if you go look for Bear Simulator on the Steam storefront. But then something happened. PewDiePie played the game for his YouTube channel, and he didn't like it. I'll have a link below to his video. He hated the game, and he kind of ripped it a new one. And this made Farjay Studios and his game Bear Simulator get a bunch of backlash, and I guess he couldn't handle it because he left a surprising message, or an update I should say, on his Kickstarter, and this is what it says. Well, the game didn't have a great reception, has a stigma against its name, and there's plenty of other problems, so making any updates or going further is basically a lost cause now. Plus, not skilled enough to make the game better than it currently is, or write better updates than previously. Was really hoping the Steam release would go well, but why would it? Should have just gave the game to the backers and not bothered with Steam. Also, don't want to deal with the drama anymore. Can't ignore it because that causes more drama. I could relate to that. And can't do anything about it because that causes more drama. Now, I'm pretty damn confused by this. Okay, I'm confused by him just, tossing in his hat and calling it quits after receiving over $100,000, because as I'm looking at the Steam page for Bear Simulator right now, it has mostly positive reviews with 155 reviews written, and from what I'm hearing, yes, PewDiePie didn't like it, but from what I'm hearing, people are enjoying the game. They're saying it's just a mindless, goat simulator game except with bears in it. I saw some gameplay of it. You play from a first-person perspective and you just dick around. That's you don't expect much more from these simulator games. Now, PewDiePie's response to the whole Bear Simulator incident is interesting. On March 6th, his video actually went private when he found out all the backlash that the Bear Sim dev was getting. And then he actually posted tweets responding to the whole situation. This is what he had to say. Random people tweeting at me hate for making Bear Sim dev quit. Then he continues on to say this on Twitter. If you ask the internet for $100,000, then put out a bad product, then what do you expect? Finish the game. Some people obviously liked it. Now, PewDiePie's Bear Simulator video is live again in public. You could go check it out. But now the video has this in the description, and it's pretty interesting what PewDiePie wrote. I'll read it to you now. I originally took the video down yesterday after hearing the developer felt discouraged from getting harsh criticism, most likely not only from me. Now, I'm not interested in making people feel bad, so I took the video down. But later, after hearing he stopped developing games in total and gave up on this project, it kind of made me think I should keep the video back up. Obviously, you don't stop making games because of one person's video, and me taking it down made it seem like that was the case to some people. The video speaks for itself, but I do think it's a shame he stopped making games. I've been faced with very harsh criticism in my days online, and I know it can be rough as hell, but you could also learn from it and grow from it. By abandoning this game, you're letting the people who support it and who is supporting you down, which really isn't fair to them. There's been plenty of times when I felt like quitting YouTube, for example, but it just doesn't make sense to do it, just because some people maybe don't like it. Although being public on the internet isn't something everyone can handle, I get that. Here's to hoping the developer has a change of heart. Take this video with a pinch of salt, like all my videos, honestly. So there's three main things that you can learn from this situation. Okay, and one of them I've said a billion times, and I'll say it a billion times more. When you give money to a Kickstarter, when you back a Kickstarter project, you always have to go into it. And the reason I keep talking about this, because I know I get new subs and I want them to understand this. When you back a Kickstarter or any kind of crowd-funded project, you have to understand that money that you invest in that crowd-funded project could be wasted. It could be, you may as well have taken that $25, $100, or if you're nuts, $1,000, and it could possibly be, you may as well have been better off putting a lighter to $1,000 and just watching it burn. That's just part of crowdfunding. It's a risk and you have to accept it. And if your money is wasted, you knew going into it that it could be wasted and you can't be angry about it. I mean, you can be, especially if you find out the guy went to like strip clubs instead of actually working on the project, but you have to accept that that can happen. Secondly, to John Farjay, dude, you got over 6 figures to make this game. You can't let the internet get to you. You owe this to the backers. You owe finishing this game to the backers of your Kickstarter campaign. You can't just say, oh, my feelings are hurt, let me quit, when I got over $100,000 to make Bear Simulator, and it is getting pretty decent reviews on Steam. It's not like the game is mostly negative, it's getting mostly positive reviews. So I don't get what you're doing, man. That's not fair, because you all of a sudden, oh, wow, yeah, this isn't for me, I gotta quit, can't handle it, got $100,000, gotta run away. That's not fair to the backers, that's wrong. Look, I get it. Maybe you realize you can't handle this, but at least finish. If you never want to make another game again, fine, I get it. But finish this one, because you owe it to the people that backed you, that gave you 6 figures to make this game happen. If you never want to make another game again, that's fine, but you gotta finish it, man. You got way too much financial backing for you to just say, fuck it, I'm scared, and walk away. Also, John, beyond how much money you received to make this game happen, you should keep going as a metaphorical middle finger to all the fucking trolls and dickheads that are giving you a tough time. Don't let them win. You have to understand, I don't know if this is like the first time you've dealt with the online public, I'll call it. Maybe I should copyright that term. I'm kidding. The online public they're fucking relentless. There's a bunch of lonely, angry people out there that just love to make other people miserable because misery loves company. But by you completing this game, and like I said, even if you don't make another game, by you completing this game and getting it fully functional, that would be the biggest fuck you to them. And I guarantee you, John, you would feel a million times better. Yes, I'm sure you're feeling a lot of pressure right now. Yes, especially because PewDiePie made a video on your game. But I'm telling you, for your own morale and for your own self-esteem and for you as a person, finish it. I promise you it'll be worth it, and you will feel a million times better, and you will feel better about yourself if you complete this game. And even if you never make another video game again, if you finish this, you will look back with a smile, and it will make you a better person for doing it. And last but not least, yes, I have more than just 3 talking points. Don't get your pitchforks and start chasing after PewDiePie. He gave his goddamn opinion on a game. I give my opinion on shit all the time, and my opinions are brutal, and I'll be the first to admit it. He's allowed to say a game sucks. You can't blame him for what this guy is going through. If you put a game out there, whether you're an indie dev or EA, you have to be prepared to deal with backlash. If you put yourself out there, not even talking game developers, if you put yourself out there, you have to realize that people are going to criticize you and attack you. It's just part of it. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's frustrating. I wish there was better ways that social media had to deal with all the fucking freaks out there to handle this shit. But it is what it is, and you have to be prepared for it. And you can't go after PewDiePie for giving his opinion on a game. He didn't do that expecting people to go after this dude and give him a tough time. But to sum it up, Cliff Bleszinski, aka Cliffy B, explained the situation perfectly on Twitter. This is what he had to say. I have such mixed feelings about this. On one hand, the internet is mean. On the other hand, welcome to game development. And he's 100% right. This is Rich, Review Tech USA, signing out. Have a good one.